Record. All right, welcome back to Mind Over Emotions, the podcast. I'm your host, Herc. First and foremost, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and head over to Instagram. Follow us on Instagram at Mind Over Emotions, the podcast. Nope, excuse me, at Mind Over Emotions _ VDP. I swear I screw that up all the time. On TikTok, follow us on TikTok at Mind Over Emotions _ VDP as well. And if you want to be on the podcast, share your story. I'd love to have you. Send us an email to mindoremotionsthepodcast at gmail.com. So today I got one of my good friends, like a niece to me, family, one of the most realest people I've met in Washington. Go ahead and introduce yourself. What's your name? Where you from? How old are you? You got kids? Let us know.
My name is Jasmine. I go by Cash. I'm 25 years old from Washington. I do have a son. He's 7. Elijah.
Why you go by Cash?
Cash. Family name.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm the baby, so.
I was about to say, you got hella money?
I mean, of course. I mean, that's. I mean, if you have a name like that, you got to come with stuff like that. Of course, it's part of the name, but
that's true.
It's just.
You say you're from Washington?
Yes.
Born and raised?
Yes.
You ever lived outside of Washington?
Yes. For a few years.
Vegas?
Yes.
What part of Vegas?
Right there in. Unfortunately, off of well, not unfortunately, but off of Washington over there on Rainbow in the back skirts. But it's not too far from the.
So like that's Washington. That's North Vegas.
Yes.
Yeah, I used to live on the west side.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I actually moved to Washington from Vegas.
Yeah, so same. You know, just for a few years, it was my first jump as an adult and everything, getting off the porch and stuff like that. As far as adventuring and stuff, I've been all around, but as far as moving and being an adult, that was one of my first. I loved it. I just wish I could got like, but I've been there like back and stuff. Not as a tourist once you live there, and all the tourist stuff goes out the window. But
yeah.
I worked at the casino for like a year and a half at the Cosmopolitan Hotel and everything. Really great experience. You got to see a lot of stuff, meet a lot of people. But I just like I said, I would like.
What's like your favorite memory from Vegas?
I would say it would have to be at the Cosmopolitan. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
We're working there?
Yeah. Just every night when we would go, I would be security. So after I got trained and everything.
You were security?
Yeah. So. Little itty bitty, 5'2", like little security.
Oh dang! What year was this?
This was I would say 2020 to 2023.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. So back and forth though. But,
you know the Resorts World?
Yeah, but I'm not so like I said, after you live there, all that stuff is out the window. So every time I stay there, I wouldn't stay on the strip. I would stay like a block away from the strip.
Okay.
And then so after you stay off the strip or whatever, you don't get the resort fee, just that main little part.
Yeah.
So everything off of the strip, they got really nice hotels and little resorts right next to there that are super cheap. Whatever, you just don't have to pay that. $250 plus tax, whatever.
And
then
resort fee.
And then if you step out of the line and you come over here and you pay the extra $120, we'll upgrade you to the 22nd floor. We're not doing that. So especially when you live out there with a kid and everything, it's just a little different. So you just have to learn the different aspects and everything. And I learned that when you're working there and stuff, they teach you like the little back. So it's like now you're like family. It'd be that rare little sense that you get in Washington because sometimes we ain't friendly.
So
nice.
I gotta put you on blast real quick. So I know on my last episode, well, one of the last episodes I did, I wore sunglasses, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people gave me backlash for that, right? So Jasmine asked me to wear sunglasses today.
So I wouldn't feel awkward.
Yeah.
Because
So I'm gonna put you on blast. Why you gotta wear sunglasses?
Because I got into a little accident. So
somebody beat you up?
Huh? Listen, I got people like you on my team. Does it look like I just go around I will make a phone call so fast.
All right.
No, I don't support domestic violence. I don't play domestic violence.
So I brought you here for 2 reasons. One, to get your life story, because you do have a son, right? Mm-hmm. And so for all you guys who this is your first episode watching, I started my podcast. The premise of my podcast is to allow people a safe space to speak, to tell your life story, to tell your story, and to get some things off your chest, with hopes that somebody out there who's watching it can relate to your story, and it inspires them, motivates them, and encourages them to keep going, to not give up, and then to also ensure and hopefully keep them from, unaliving themselves, right? So that's the first reason. The second reason is because we both share a trauma, right? And for those who don't know, my niece who passed away due to mental health issues, she took her own life. That's who this jersey is for. And she's one of the main reasons why I started this podcast. This is also her best friend, her boo, her homie, her nigga, and according to her, the love of her life, right?
Whatever.
So
Whatever
I appreciate you.
in the moment.
I appreciate you coming on the podcast and doing this for me, and doing it for yourself as well, right?
Of course, yeah.
So let's get into your story. How was it for you? Did you come from a 2-parent household?
Yes and no. So, of course, it started off. That's how it started. Eventually, after the safe age of, I would say it was like more of like, then my parents, started to separate. But even when they did separate, it was never it's a 1-parent household or anything. Dad was very close, or my mom even, because there was times where, hey, I want to go live with dad, or hey, I want to go live with my, being a stubborn kid. I want to see where I can be slick at, at the time. Let's be honest, because I was one of those kids. But I learned that basically it's not where you can be slick at. And I just learned that both parents have my both best interests. Unfortunately, at a young age, I had lost my brother due to just stupid stuff in the streets. He wasn't like that, but hanging around the wrong crowd, people assume that. So it just had to go turn, and even with, like I said, even with that divided in the household, my parents came together and let me know, and my family, hey, we're time that we got, even though there is a split and those are different. They're both here and stuff like that. I got accepted into the School of the Arts or whatever.
What was that process like, getting accepted to the School of the Arts?
So, actually, my brother was one of the reasons why I fully went and did that. So, before he had passing, I was like starting the process into it. I was like one of those kids, like wanted to be bad and not be in school. I mean, when I was in school, I was in school. But I wanted to hang out with my friends and stuff like that. I always got my work done and everything like that. So my principal pulled me to the side with my dance teacher one day and was like, hey, we see that when you come to school and it's time, like, you participate, you do great, and you're not missing or slacking anything. But this field, we see that when it comes to this section, you strive and you great, and you even getting the other classmates together like, hey, this is my time to, we got business to do. So it was like, hey, we see you doing great, and this is what you want to do. If you were to even just change your attitude around, or just change the way that you carry yourself and stuff like that, we got you, and we'll make sure. So when Neo had
you said Neo?
Yeah, it was like Neo had did the little grants or whatever with the Washington State School and was passing out grants and everything.
Mm-hmm.
My teacher, or not my teacher, actually it was my dance teacher, Miss Jazz, and my principal, Mr. Howard at Stewart Elementary School at the time. They had plugs into the School of the Arts, so they was like, if you give me this, that, and the third, we'll make sure you got signed, sealed, delivered. You just got to give me this. So within it wasn't even a 6-month span. It's like, bam, this is what I want to do. Brother was like, hey, you got it. This is what you want to do. I see potential in you. And my brother used to dance, and him and his friends used to have like a little dance group. Even some of his friends went to being on Jerry Springer and stuff like that.
Jerry Springer?
I got to give a shout out to my boy Kane. To my boy Kane and his friends, because they was pop locking on Jerry Springer. I kid you not.
Do you know what episode that was?
I don't, but if you give me, I will post it in the comments. When you post the little stuff, I will do my homework and I will get it for you.
Yeah, I want to see that myself.
But no, it was great. It's for being the kids in our era. It was like, wow, it was like we can do something. Even though we be doing like stupid stuff, and we just thought it was just hanging out, and we're just doing like a little dance group or whatever. Somebody seen potential was like, hey, come do that over here, So it was different. So just off of that or whatever, some of my brother's last conversations was like, you got it. You just got to get it together. So,
how many how many siblings do you have? Do you have any siblings?
I have a lot of siblings.
But, a lot, like 10.
In instance, yes, because we don't do just because my dad has kids or my mom has kids or my sister has brothers and sisters. We're all one family. Yeah. So my mom biologically, she has 3 girls and 2 boys.
Okay.
Now, my brother was a bonus baby from my dad's side, and I have a bunch of siblings over there that even till this day I'm just now meeting, everything like that. And
How is that? How is because you said how old are you?
I'm 25.
So at the age of 25, meeting new siblings, how is that?
It's lovely, especially like having lost a sibling that was very very close to you. It's lovely. Like I'm finding out I have brothers and sisters that are older, even some are older than my actual family, you know, and that I'm used to, but they don't look at me no. It's
Yeah.
like it was like a off the bat because they had met me when I was little. It's just I don't remember because I was so young. But it was just such a captivating moment. My brother called me, and it's been 10 years since he even been able to just me freely make a phone call. And one
Oh.
of the phone calls, see my dad, and he was like, "Had my sister call me." He already met my son because my sister and my dad, and they were at the park riding bikes. But it was just like a coincidence. You know? Had my sister call me.
So when you were younger, right?
Mm-hmm.
How was it growing up with your mom and dad? I'm assuming that your mom and dad didn't live in the same house, correct?
So at first, as far as I can remember, about at least like I said, 10 or whatever. Even if they weren't, well, as far as we're learning to go along, so family makes it look good, even if it's not the situation. But they, even if they weren't separated,
So
or even if they were separated,
did you live with your mom predominantly, or do you live with your dad predominantly?
till about 7, I would live with both, and then I would live with my mom. Type of.
And
Deal.
as a kid, how did that affect you? Living with having to go from house to house from your mom to your dad instead of having it under one household or one roof. How did that affect you as a kid?
I feel like it did cause me to be able to be a little more slicker than I should have been or whatever. Because
When
I'm
you
like,
say slick, what do you mean slick?
like bad.
Okay,
Like
keep going.
bad,
Go
like
ahead.
like bad because I wasn't like the worst kid or whatever, but I did when I get in trouble. Like, hey, I don't want to go to dad's house this week because I know I'm gonna get that whipping over there, and I got rules and regulations over there. So
So you would say that your dad was stricter than your mom?
very.
So here's the thing, right? So people don't understand the importance. Especially a lot of single moms,
Mm-hmm.
they don't understand the importance of having a father in the place, right? Because
Yes.
the father is the enforcer, the father is the disciplinarian, right?
Very.
So, and I'm not saying this for the moms who want their children to be. Want their child's father to be in life, and he chooses not to be. I'm talking about those moms who are out there, who have children's have baby daddies or whatever the
Right.
case may be that want to be a part of life, and they kind of like interfere with that because of their own personal reasons,
And I feel
right?
like
But
that,
before you hold on, let me finish real quick. So the importance of having both is because women, mothers, you guys are nurturers, right? And men, we're nurturers to an extent, but we're also like the disciplinarians, right?
Mm.
And so for me as a father, for a while, it took me some time to kind of understand that. I used to always be like, man, like you're making me out to be out the bad guy, but that's my role. You know what I mean? Like that's who, as a father, that's who, and as a man, that's who you are. You know, because I give you a perfect example, like with my son right now, right, who's one,
right.
right? His mom could tell him to do something, and she's telling him like multiple times, like, hey, like, you know, stop doing this, stop doing that, stop doing that, stop doing that. And he's like kind of like pushing her to the edge. And then me, I'll say it one time, or I'll just literally give him one of these right here. And he'll change his actions. You see what I'm saying? Because it's I don't know the science behind it, but I'm assuming it's because of the deep voice, because of the masculine size and the presence that I give off, or that men give off, right? You know, let me ask you a question. When you're growing up, would you rather get a spanking from your mom or from your dad?
From my mom.
Exactly. Like even with my mom, I swear my mom's spankings were worse. But I
Only
prefer.
because they were longer, because they were lighter.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. All I needed was one pat from my daddy. I don't, even though I could never get one pat, all I needed was one pat. I can take those 30 whoopings from my mama, but that one pat, please don't let it be more than one pat.
Exactly. Like
Please,
I was the same
please,
way. I was the
somebody-
same way. Like my mom's whoopings were. I swear they were
Please
worse.
don't
They're
let it be more
maybe because
than
it's
one.
longer. Like, and then my mom, like, big shout out to my mom. You guys, if you haven't already, go ahead and watch that Mother's Day episode with my mom. My mom is a dope soul. I love my mom, right? And this is no shade on my mom because she raised all 7 of us the best way she could. And I think I think honestly, that she did a great job. But let me tell you something. The problem with my mom's spankings was that she'd hit you like 2 or 3 times, and then she'll stop and she'll talk to you. And then what the problem with that is that it's almost like a tattoo. It starts to heal a little bit.
And it starts to burn.
Yeah, and then next thing you know, she come back and she'll bap, 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 hit you like 3 more times, talk to you some more. And it's like, yo, like the skin was starting to heal.
It just started feeling better.
Yeah, and then now you hit me again. My dad, my stepdad, like if he spanked me or whatever, it would be like pop, 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 and then that's it. And then he'll talk to me, and he'll be like, "Go take a shower," which was the worst. But he would get it over with. Just get it over with. Tell me give me his little spiel that he had to give me. Big shout out to my stepdad. And it'd be over with. But mom, they drag it out. That spanking for getting suspended from school would be like 30 minutes long.
And I swear, it don't even be the whooping. At the end of it, it'd be the last words for me. It's the, I'm very disappointed at you, and I thought you would do better.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Why does that feel worse than the whole whoop? Like,
because they attack you physically, and then they attack. Because moms know, I need to, in order to get you to respect me and get you to change it, and to get you to respect me and change your behavior, I need to affect you emotionally and physically. You see what I'm saying? I swear, moms do that. But let me ask you a question. So, growing up, how would your friends describe you? If they had to describe you in 3 words, what would those 3 words be?
Crazy. Crazy would be the.
All right.
Crazy. But I'm loving.
Hold on. 3 words. What's the 3 words? Crazy.
Crazy, loving, and passionate. Passionate. All
right. So first, when you say crazy, are you saying like you just be out here doing wild stuff, or are you saying crazy like you're loco?
Both. Because I was the little guy for so long. When I did work on my baller tummy and I did become the big kid, I was like, my friends don't ever have to, feel that feeling. Like, because like, it's all good when you're around the gang and, you guys are vibing and, you guys all got each other's back. But it's like when you're solo, one time you get that caught slipping and you did that one time you just remember like, oh, I'll never feel like that again. You guys will never make me feel like that again. So when I did get big and I was like, you know what? I'm that friend that's just going to make sure y'all don't have to worry about whatever.
Did you just say get big?
Yeah, I did.
What are you, like 5'1"?
No. Okay, so listen. You're going to stop. You're going to stop doing me like that, okay? Because I went from like about, I would say like a good, I'm not going to do myself and say like a good little 85 pounds soaking wet. But I was like a good 110, I went from 110 to 140 and was like,
You went up a couple weight classes.
I wish y'all would say something to not these friends. Don't say nothing to me.
All right, so you said crazy, loving. And then the other one was passionate. Yeah. So when it comes to love, let me ask you this: what do you think is more important, love or loyalty?
Loyalty.
Okay, why you say loyalty?
Because you don't have to love me in that moment, but you can.
Okay, so would you agree that someone who loves you can be disloyal, or would you? So okay, let me backtrack. Right, because I've had this conversation a couple times. Would you say that loyalty is the action of love? Mm-hmm. Do you think that everybody who loves you possess the action of love?
Yes,
do you think that everybody who loves you possesses the action of love?
No.
Right? Which, because the action, we stated earlier that the action of love is loyalty, right? So let me ask you this. If you had to choose between the two, you said that you would choose loyalty, right? Mm-hmm. So when people tell you that they love you, what does that mean to you?
I mean, love can go a long way, but like I said, you feel me? Once it's loyal, it's just like, I don't know.
Would you agree that love is just a word?
Yes. And 4-letter word. It's something to make you feel good.
Who feel good? The recipient or the person who's saying it?
Both.
Okay, so then why do people get mad when they don't say I love you back?
I wouldn't say that people get mad, but it's just like, I, motherfucker, I expected you to say it back. Like, I told you. So it's like, why wouldn't you tell me? Especially if we're, you know what I mean? I don't know. But see, it's like, I don't know. My brain's strange.
Now this is your opportunity to tell your truth, man.
I'm different though. It's like I don't know. Like I said, I could. I don't know. It's like I said once. It's like, how do I explain it? Once that my loyalty is there with you, it don't matter if I love you because I can hate you in that moment, but my loyalty is always going to be there. It doesn't matter if we could be at odds ends, and the world could be ending though, and you could even be on the other side. But the fact that I love you, now I got the fucking game plan to get up out of here. I'm gonna take you with me. It doesn't matter if you was wrong and if you made me hate you during that moment, because the fact that I'm even loyal to is that I know what your potential. I know where you can go. I know where this can. It's on you. The fact if you want to love me back and see where you can go with me. I don't have to love you to be loyal to you. Can be over there. Now I can still even love. I can love you from over there. But will my love get you farther than my loyalty? No, because I can only love you for so long, and then for so long, how much is love going to be sabotaged?
No, I totally agree. I always tell people that I choose loyalty over love because loyalty is the adjective of love, right? It's the action of love, right? So love, like you said, is a 4-letter word. Absolutely means nothing really, because right, because I could tell you I love you, and then I could steal from you. I could break your heart. I could, cross you. I could do all this stuff. But if you're
but shoot at me.
Yeah.
But how do you love me?
But if you're loyal to somebody, like you said earlier, it doesn't matter if we're at ends. It doesn't matter if we're on bad terms. I'll give you a perfect example, right? And I'm only going to speak on this because on my first episode, I spoke about this situation, right? Mm-hmm. So with my brother, right? I'm very loyal to him. Very loyal to him. Malia's father, I'm very loyal to him. Big shout out to Mike. We went through a phase where, for the first time in probably about 14 years, where we hey, big shout out to our guests watching from behind the cameras, man.
I love my twin.
Turn that phone on silent for me real quick, okay? We're not editing nothing out of this, so things happen, right? It's all good. But big shout out to him. For 14 years,
you said it. I called your bluff. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah. What the heck was that? So for 14 years, sorry about that, guys. But for 14 years, we never really had any issues or anything like that, right? And then we went through a phase for probably about almost a year to the date. Not today, but at the time, we went through a phase where we didn't speak over something really small and petty. It's just a miscommunication, right? But during that time, people were choosing sides, right? And it's fine. That's your prerogative. You want to do that, right? I see it. I know he sees it. But I can't speak for him, and I'm gonna assume that he was loyal to me in the same aspect. During that time, people would approach me and they would tell me things. And I'm like, hey, look, hold on, man. At the end of the day, we might not be speaking, but that's my fucking brother. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like I will kick your ass over him. You know what I mean? You might catch a hot one. Because that's my brother. Right. You know what I mean? When my own blood family wasn't rocking with me, he's always had my back. You see what I'm saying? And I think that majority of people these days, they don't have that foundation. They don't have that grounding in them, right? So they're just click hopping. That's why they got so many friends, right? And they're choosing. And that's why you ever had a friend or you make a plan with them and then they cancel the plans on you to go hang out with somebody else, right? Because they have no loyalty, right?
Like we could have all kicked it.
Exactly. I always say to people, man, that when you make plans with somebody and they cancel those plans with you to go hang out with somebody else, that person just showed you where you stand in their life. Like, for instance, if I made plans with you, right, and then your sister over here, she hits me up and she's like, hey, Herc, we're going bowling tonight. You want to come through? right? And I said, hey, Jasmine, I can't make it because I'm about to go bowling with Jasmine. What I just told you is that my friend with Ernestine is more important than my friendship with you,
Right.
right? And people don't understand how that affects people mentally, right? That's those things right there is what causes people to have lack of self worth, right? Because they start to think that everybody else is more important than them, right?
Bigger than the program.
And
Nobody's bigger
if
than
you
the
just
program.
if you just learn to have a little bit of respect, right, and say, hey, I made these plans with Jasmine first, so Ernestine, I'm sorry I can't make it tonight.
Well, okay, why don't you invite Jasmine?
Or that too.
Right, and then it could.
But even that can become a conflict of interest because, or not a conflict of interest, but become touchy because why do we have to alter our plans for us to go hang out with her when we already had our plans? She came up after the fact, right?
Right.
So I think that, like, I tell people all the time, especially when I'm coming to relationships and stuff, right? If I make plans with somebody and me, like, even with the person I'm with, I make plans with somebody, like a friend. If the person I'm with comes up after I made those plans and says, hey, like, I got us tickets to this concert. Well, you got tickets and whoever you want to invite because I already have plans. And everybody but hold on, hear me out. Because the person that I'm with, if they agree to be with me, they're gonna understand who I am. I never do that. I never cancel to go hang out with somebody else.
Right.
I cancel. The only time I'm canceling on you is if I'm like dire sick. Like, I'm talking about, like, I can't move sick because I've competed. My last competition, I competed with the flu, right? Or my children, something's going on with my children, something important that they mama can't just handle on their own. Right. Besides that, I'm gonna show up because I care. People say that they care about people, but I care truly about somebody's mental health, and I know how canceling on people affects their mental. How do I know that I'm not your last straw of believing that people are loyal and people are real and that you have real friends? So I try to be my best real friend to every person.
Facts.
So moving forward, how would people describe you in middle school and like high school as you got older?
Still crazy.
Still crazy? I think crazy is just kind of like over who you are, because I would describe you as a little loco myself.
Is it right now?
Yeah. Yeah, in a good way though, not like a bad way, like not like
right.
You're like.
I'm not just gonna, I'm just not off my rocker. Like, don't need straight jack. Can we just please make that be known? Need straight jack.
So all you guys who are watching, like, she's not like mental institution crazy. She's just crazy as in like the life of the party, like fun times, like like.
I'm gonna make sure everybody, if you don't have a smile when you come around me, I don't care if it's the corniest, lamest joke or whatever. I'm gonna see you crack a smile before you leave me, and I don't care if I have to do like the goofiest shit. I'm just gonna make sure you smile before you leave me.
So do me a favor. What's your best joke?
Oh no.
Oh yeah, we here. If you come with some yo mama joke, best believe we might have to do the dozens right here on live. You want to do your mama jokes?
No. Oh, that wasn't even in my thing. But hold on. I'm not getting beat up by the son and the mama.
My mom would probably laugh.
Listen, you're not gonna hit me like.
No, that's all good. So like I said, before we get into the biggest part of this episode, what I'm gonna have you do right now, and before you get into that, actually, hold on a second. If you're just tuning in right now, go ahead and follow us on Instagram at @MinorEmotions_VDP. Follow us on TikTok at @MinorEmotions the podcast. And like I said in the beginning of this episode, if you'd like to be on the podcast, go ahead and shoot us an email to minoremotions@gmail.com. We'd love to have you on, share your story, tell your story with hopes that it inspires somebody, motivate them, and encourage them to keep moving forward, because you are people. This is not cliche, and I know it sounds cliche, but you are worth the effort. You're worth the fight. You're worth keep going, right? Even though people tell you and make you feel like you're not worth anything or that you're not good enough. Here's the thing, right? I tell people all the time, self-esteem is esteem of yourself, right? You have to love yourself before you can put your trust in somebody else to love you back, right? If you don't love yourself, it doesn't matter how much love somebody else shows you. So just learn to love yourself, who you are. People are going to talk. People are going to hate. People are gonna talk bad on you. You're gonna do all that kind of stuff. No matter what, you can't control what somebody else does. But what you can do is you can control your happiness. Happiness is a choice. Choose to be happy. Wake up every day. God woke you up on put you on his wake up list. That's why you're here watching this episode. So use your 24 hours that he gave you to love yourself first and foremost. Once you begin to love yourself, life becomes so much easier. So with that being said, do me a favor and go ahead and spin my trauma wheel for me. And I'm a
little flicky thing.
No, you just spin that bitch. Yep, there we go. And I pray to God that you land on double spin.
You're sick.
God. Oh my God. You are lucky. Double spin.
You're sick.
I moved, but yep, double spin, right? So spin it again. So you landed on. She landed on coping techniques. So, when you're having a bad day, right? Hold on. Here, listen to the whole question before you answer. Right? When you're having a bad day, when you're dealing with mental health issues, when you're struggling, when you're battling, right? What kind of things do you do to kind of like get you out of the slumps and get you back on track to being who you are, your crazy little self?
Okay. Off the back, I gotta thank God first and foremost. Always pray. If you don't know what is going on, if you feel like praying is not doing nothing for you, randomly grab your Bible, and I kid you not, open it and just randomly. Don't sit here and be like, let me find. Just open it or just flip through it and stop, and just go from there. I got this little app on my phone. It's called I think it's called Bible Chat or whatever. It randomly, you can do a lock screen on your phone. It gives you a different Bible verse every hour. And then it just also, you can go in there and you can text in there, and it's you don't even have to, you can be anonymous or whatever you feel comfortable with being or whatever. It'll just give you like little motivational things or like little scriptures for you to read off the bat. There's something called CBG that I'm learning that I just started.
Called what?
CBG.
What's that?
Because I just started working for a dispensary since 420 or since 418. I've been working at a dispensary. And CBG.
Did you do that to get free weed on 420?
No, I did not. But okay. I did really do it too, and I kid you not, and I tell even my customers this, I tell my family this and everything. I've never woke up though and found a job or found a group of people that no matter if I'm having a bad day or if I am like, going through something or whatever, that just supports me so much. I love going to work. Like to the fact that like this accident, they're trying to have me out for 10 days. I'm like, I text my boss. I'm like, hey, I can't do 10 days. I already took 1 day off that I'm already not off. I can be away for maybe, I'll do 2 more days. And that's just to make sure I'm cool, everything, everything's good. But I literally love being to work, to the fact that me not being at work, I feel like it's detrimental to me. Like, no, I wake up and these are my second family, like type of ordeal. Like, I literally love going to work. But also I'm learning new things that are just like simple things, like just like about mental health. Or like there's like little aids that I'm like, it's like instead of being like prescribed medicine and stuff like that, I learned that for one, the hospital doctors, they're not meant to cure us or anything like that. They're just meant to prolong the problem until it gets detrimental. Then they get more money to do different things about it. But there's little aids that are like natural, like little vitamins or plants or herbs or like CBG or whatever. It's like a giggling aid that sets your brain off. Like it's not like melatonin or nothing like that, but it sets your brain wave off. Like, hey, I mean, like, yeah, today's bad, but it could be worse. I didn't sit here and had like a full blown panic attack and like took a little It's not like it don't even have no THC in it. It got CBD, a little bit of CBN, but I'm learning that CBN makes me sleepy. Yeah, just like little like.
So you said panic attack.
It helps with panic attacks. It's like a mood stabilizer. Like it's like a little aid that like literally just makes you giddy up. Like.
But okay, so with panic attacks. Would you say that you have anxiety?
A little bit sometimes.
Has it ever been? A little
bit. I have it.
Have you ever been clinically diagnosed?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what kind of things do you do to manage your anxiety?
I'm learning that smoking or drinking is not the.
Smoking cigarettes?
No, I don't. I mean, I really have to be like in a space or like irritated or like really like when I'm drinking like socially. Then I'll like have I'll smoke a like puff or whatever. I'd rather vape. Cigarettes enough. Okay.
So you smoke marijuana?
Yes, I have my medical
Do you
for paper.
So with smoking marijuana while you have the anxiety attacks, does that kind of like calm your mind down?
Um, I'm learning that it's something to do, but it's not like a all time like solution.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean, it
just a
stops you
temporary
for a
fix.
second, and I'm like, it's cool, and I'm like, I'm good, like, because like I said, I got my medical like normal. It's a little stronger, but like it's like a second solution.
Okay.
Like a
Have you ever been clinically diagnosed with any other kind of mental health disorders?
uh, ADHD. OD.
You think ADHD is a mental health
No,
disorder?
I don't. I'm just
Okay.
saying, it's like you said diagnosed, so I'm just like this. I mean, that goes with like the mood swings or like whatever,
Yeah.
panic attacks type of thing.
I was gonna say
But,
ADHD
no,
is
I
not
just-
a mental
I feel
health
like
disorder.
it's
I don't
not-
think so, at least.
I don't feel like none of this. I feel like it's just that in our era, in our time, or with our parents growing up, nobody taught us like, hey, you have there's shit happens. The life happens, and there's ways you have to cope. You can't wake up and be angry and go to your job and expect you to have that job this like the next day. You can't wake up and be like, fuck the world and like expect to move forward and still be productive or whatever. And no, because you're angry.
So you would say that waking up and choosing to have a good mindset is productive when it comes to like the success of the day.
I wouldn't even say having a good mindset because sometimes, like I said, the mind or just whatever it happens. But choosing the different route, or just taking a second to breathe sometimes, and all it takes, and that's my biggest quote. I kid you not. When I'm having a panic attack, when I'm going through something or whatever, because I know how far I can take it, or I know how amped I can get, and I know how much that could be. Pace yourself. It's all about your breathing. Because you can only do so much. And then what I'm learning about getting older is like, yeah, life happens, or like you might take a loss that affects you from the next 10 years, 20 years, 20 years from now. But how are you going to deal with it today that changes your outcome from that 10 or 20 years from now? You can't wait. You can wake up. I mean, I'm not saying like don't deal with your situation or don't have that mood or don't have that feeling because your feelings are valid no matter what you go through. Your feelings are valid. Yeah. Don't let nobody else trick you or you feel like, oh, they're not. No, you're feeling what you're feeling for a reason. But it's how you conduct yourself. And especially with us, like, you feel me? You can't wake up and be angry or you can't wake up and move a certain way, especially like with kids. And with me being, even I get more mad at me being mad and not evaluating the situation or like, or how I can control myself versus on me. I mean, don't get me wrong, because that outlasts, that little outbreak that it feels good. But it's like I get more mad at the outcome like afterwards, even after I do calm down and after my explosion and everything. Like, wow, you could have, even the fact of you could have yelled, but it wasn't the time. You could have did this or that in the moment, but you didn't have to do that. Even though you did, you could have handled it differently to where you could have got yourself down and you could have meditated and you could have thought about your thoughts to where they could have been valid to you and just for you to understand your emotions instead of. I just feel like us growing up, especially us with our parents and everything growing up, we weren't taught like, hey, like once again, if you wake up and you go conduct yourself, you're gonna lose your job. Then you're losing your job. You're not gonna be able to have nowhere to live. You can't come back to my house because I'm done with you. And you're. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm not saying that's how we are because I'm just saying just everything going on. Just I feel like we weren't taught that. And there's certain things that you have to realize. And yeah, I mean, drinking and smoking is cool, and yeah, it feels great and all that. But that is not the. You feel me? I'm learning from just me. That's
you ever
not
been to therapy?
Yeah, but you know what? I'm not even gonna. I shit you not. Well, I've been through therapy all my life, and I played more deck of cards and learned how to play more games than me sitting here with you and getting it off my chest, or just talking about it, or even sitting down with a family member and creating a safe space. I feel like the way they be like certain, not all therapists, but there's certain process and procedures I've been through with therapy. It was more, especially with childhood or growing up as trying to develop and process your emotions. It was bullshit. It was more of come here and sit here and play this card game with me, and I'm trying to pick your feelings or whatever. I'm not. It's because it's my job, not because I'm really trying to sit down and I care about your future and how this is going to impact you and what you got going on. And I see how it's eating you alive, and you're shutting down every wall and aspect that you have.
So you would say that Therapy was not beneficial for you.
Not as a kid, no.
Have you been in therapy as an adult?
No. Yes and no.
So this is what's going to
So I've been to therapy as an adult, but I have not found the right therapist.
That's what I was going to say. So I had a guest on here before who, they love therapy, and they said that pretty much that in order for you to have a successful therapy session, it's going to take time. You're going to go through different therapists. You have to find a therapist that you resonate with, right?
Right.
I've never actually physically been to therapy, so I can't really give a true answer on it. But I will say this, that I've met a lot of people who they think that therapy is the right way to go. I feel like this, personally. I feel like that whether you go to therapy, whether you talk to a friend on the phone, whether you talk to a family member in person or on the phone, as long as you're talking to somebody and it's a safe space for you with positive reciprocation back, right? Like, so pretty much like what you're getting back from that person, whether it's just energy or whether it's feedback, whether that's positive, as long as that's positive, then you're good, right? And so, like I said earlier in the episode, that was one of the reasons why I started this episode, is that I wanted to give people a safe space. Not everybody can afford therapy. Not everybody wants to go talk to somebody, a stranger, you know?
No,
And honestly, I'll be a stranger too. But the difference between me and them is we're not in a, a session. We're here in my little studio, and I let you do whatever you feel need to be comfortable, as long as you ain't doing no hard drugs in here. We come in here trying to shoot snort no fentanyl or whatever.
If we vape around here, we might take a shot or two. Listen now, anything else you pushing?
But my point is that as long as whatever it takes for you to be comfortable to an extent, within boundaries and rules, whatever it takes for you to be comfortable and to be able to talk. And then, like I said before, I just actively listen to you and try to help you get your story out and give you a place to talk, right? So at this point of the episode, we're going to transition a little bit. You ready? You said no?
No.
You know what we're transitioning to. You don't like change? Just yes or no. Do you like change?
Sometimes.
All right. So look,
I like a change of weather.
Before we get right into it, to make a segue into that, how old is your son?
He's 7.
He's 7. And how was your relationship with his father?
I am the pappy, sir.
No, you didn't just make a son with just your vagina. You had to use a penis.
No, I'm just saying of course not. I'm not.
So how was your relationship with his father?
It's not one.
How was your relationship? Yeah.
Before?
Yeah. When you guys first met, before your son was conceived, how was your relationship with him?
Great.
Right. So then, what caused it to be not so great? You cheated on him. I don't know him. I'm not going to put the blame.
Me. That's what does. Listen, hold on.
I'm just asking a question.
Listen, you know me for a listen. You're not going to make me seem like a not an upstanding citizen in front of these people. That's what you get off of me.
No, I'm just asking you a question.
First of all, I'm not. I have been the one to play, but I've never been the one to start. Okay. I have. With this situation, no.
So,
with this situation in particular,
what went bad with your son's father?
Me being the older person I am now, my mouth is a little reckless at times, but me also being the grown person now, that doesn't give nobody free will to act or do certain things just because you feel a certain type. But you also don't get to play with somebody's mind and be like, hey, this is what we're doing, and this is not what we're doing. Because if they, if we don't have the same goals, I'm a Capricorn. I'm a very understanding person.
You're a Capricorn?
Yes.
That explains a lot. No, I'm joking. So let me ask you this. Since obviously everything went kind of sour, we don't have to get too deep into why.
I wouldn't say sour. It's just.
No, I'm saying your intimate part of your relationship. It didn't work out, right? So we'll just say.
Yeah, I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't say it's sour. It's just.
Do you allow him to still be a part of your son's life?
Of course. Does he choose to? No.
Okay. And how does that affect your son?
It doesn't. I mean, it does, but it doesn't.
Okay. What do you mean?
he was gifted with a bonus dad.
Okay.
Thank to heaven. With a bonus dad, and then a bunch of family, that loves him, even. So
Can I
that there in blood,
can I ask a real question for you though?
Can I smoke yet?
Yeah, go ahead. So when it comes to your child's father, right?
Mhm.
What's his reasoning for not seeing his son? Because obviously you stated
Do
that.
I know the answer?
Hold on. You obviously stated that you let him. You provide a space for him to see his child, and he chooses
Would
not
there
to.
be if okay, in a perfect world, in all reality, because I'm not gonna. This is me and this is you, not for the people. Type,
I want you to tell your truth and be
right,
honest.
exactly.
So go ahead.
So, if I'm gonna put it like this, right? If a person provided a safe space because you couldn't be around the situation, not by my choice, by your actions, and you have a lot going on. Like I said, I'm not wanting to this business. You got a lot going on, and that's fine too. Anybody knows me, I'm the type of crazy to where Ohana means family, family means nobody gets left behind, type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So if your actions choose to where you can't be around, or whatever, right? And I still provide a space for you to be around, and you can't be around. That's not on me.
No. I was just.
I'm just,
I hear what
in a way I could say,
Okay,
So
I'll leave it there with that.
right.
I'll leave it there with that.
So
Now my question.
that's on you.
So his
But does my kid
his
knows?
bonus dad,
Yes.
where did he come from, and who is this? You don't have to say his name, but where did he come from?
The Lord.
Is he like your current boyfriend?
No.
No.
No. He currently gained his wings.
Are you currently single?
Huh? It's complicated. I'm not saying, but it's
Oh
complicated.
man, listen, here we go. Everybody,
Listen. I'm not a weirdo.
No.
It's my complicated, and once again, I'm crazy. So therefore, just like I'm not gonna play on nobody's neck, and nobody's gonna play on my neck because I wouldn't tolerate it.
Here we go. Look,
I am speaking for.
Here we go. Watch this. Okay.
Yes.
You're spoken for. You're taken.
I'm taken.
Now you claim it. So look, watch this.
It's a complicated taken.
Okay, so hear me out. Listen, hear me out.
We're working in progress.
Do
But
your
can
thing.
anybody ease their way into it? No.
Let me ask you a question.
Not at all.
Let me ask you a
Not
question.
At all.
Let me ask you a question.
Not at all.
So, has he claimed you? He claimed you?
Very much so.
When you says he claimed you, did he say like, "Hey, you're my woman now," like something along the lines of that? Yes or no?
Very bad.
Okay. So here's because here's the thing: women don't court men, right?
No, who don't court? I'm not your average woman.
Women don't court men.
I do court men.
No, well, okay.
I do.
So you
Because he's my ball and I'm his ball. It's just a little complicated. It's just a little complicated ball right now. But if is anybody going anywhere? Is there any room for anybody to? Hey, I seen her on the podcast and we said hey.
No, hold on. Hear me out. Pause for a second.
I got a ball and he got a ball.
Pause for a second.
And we're each other's balls.
So what I'm saying is this: when you say you court men, so you mean to tell me that you're out there and you're hollering at dudes?
Oh, that's what court means. See,
Yeah.
court means different to me. See, no, what the fuck is this new slang?
That's why I said. That's why I said, do your thing. I'm trying to explain it to you.
Okay, let me shut up.
Yeah,
Because I'm not courting
to you,
I'm not courting nobody.
So men.
And he's not courting nobody either.
So men, when it comes to relationships and dating, right? We're the ones who, you guys are almost like the prey, right? We're the ones who go chasing you. We chase women. We ask them out on dates. Some dudes spit their game, right? We're the ones who approach you. In short, right? It's up to you guys to say, hey, yeah, like I'll go on a date with you, right? That's the extent of in the beginning. That's the extent, right? So we have to court you, and then in order for us to get to the next step, which would be intercourse, right? That's where you come in as a woman and you give the okay for that, right? You agree to do it and you give permission to do that. But in the beginning, before that, It's the man who has to acquiesce his behaviors to make the woman or to get the woman to say yes. Like, okay, you're the man who I choose to have sex with. Unless that woman is a 304 and she's just out here. I'm not saying you are. I'm just speaking general.
No, I'm like,
what I'm saying.
I hear where you're going with
right?
it. Yeah.
And so, once the woman, but here's the key. Here's the trick that most women don't know. Until you agree to have sex with a man, you hold the keys to that relationship, right? Once you agree to have sex with that man, you no longer have any power in that relationship. The reason why is because that man, if you think about every past relationship that you ever been in, that man was a perfect man up until the point you guys had sex. The moment you guys had sex, everything changed, right? Now here's the kicker. What women don't like to hear. The man had to acquiesce. The man had to acquiesce his behaviors to get sex from the woman, right? Now, once he had sex with a woman, now you said, oh, he changed. He just wanted me for, some sex, blah, blah, blah. And that was it, right? In order for a woman to women give out sex. They hold the keys to sex. Men hold the key to relationships, right? Here's the thing, right? Well, hear me out. Hear me out first before you respond.
I'm not saying nothing. Go ahead. I'm talking your shit.
All right. So women hold the key to sex. Men hold the key to relationships, right? So until you give up the sex, you hold the keys, right? Once you give up the sex, the man's going to back off because he did what he needed to do to get what he needed, right? Now, women want relationships, right? Because women are about quality, men are about quantity, right? If you want that man to cuff you, to wife you up, it is now your turn to acquiesce your behaviors to make him believe that you're worth dating, right? Most women, and I'm speaking in general. I'm not speaking. I'm not speaking about. I'm not speaking. No, I know this is for the people viewing. Right. I'm not speaking saying that every woman that this applies to you and this is what happened to you. But I'm just speaking in general on how people operate, right, and how men and women operate, right. So, like I said, let's backtrack. When it first starts, the man courts the woman. The woman holds the key to sex, and she holds the key to everything that happens. Unless that guy is a rapist, he's not going to have sex with you until you agree to have sex with him, right? Once you do that, now the man holds the keys because the next step that you want after that, you guys had a good time, you guys had a great date, laugh, joke, everything's cool, honeymoon phases, you guys had great sex. Now, what do you want as a woman? You want the relationship. You want to be wifey. You want to be the number one, the top dog. In order for that to happen, now you have to acquiesce your behaviors. Because here's the thing. Men want three things. We want sex. We want a woman who's going to follow our lead. And we want a woman who's going to be nurturing and take care of the household, right? So in order for that to happen, in order for us to say, hey, you're the woman to do that for me, right, you must now acquiesce your behaviors and show us that you are the woman that's going to do that. But what happens most of the time is when the women give up the sex finally, usually too early, the first night, second night, or the first week, right? And then the guy, he now prejudges you. That's about 10% of the men out the window right there because they prejudged you. They said, oh, she's just a 304. There's nothing that's so special about me that she gave up to me on the first night, right? So
not saying that was the case.
So
in the whole situation, period.
So what happens next is that the woman, when the guy has sex with her and then he changes his behaviors, all he did was he stopped doing everything he did in the beginning to see what now you're going to do. It's now your chance to change and show him. But most women, and I'm going to probably get a lot of backlash, but the truth hurts. Most women, they continue to want to be booed up, taken care of, and all that kind of stuff. And that's great. But in order for the guy to say, hey, I'm going to do that for you on a serious level, he needs to see that you meet the qualifications. The three things I just listed before. Sex, he already got that. Submission, follow his lead, right? But shout out to my brothers out there. One thing you should know is that in order for a woman to follow your lead, you must be leading her somewhere, right? The next thing is
Just to say, hold on, let him talk his shit. He's going somewhere.
The next thing is for him to be for nourishment, take care of the household, take care of the kids, cook, clean, do laundry, all that kind of stuff. And for all you women out there who can't cook, they have a lot of recipes online. You can just go ahead and and learn how to cook because most men, the key to his heart is food. And I'm not talking about top ramen. I'm not talking about eggs and bacon. I'm not talking about spaghetti. I'm talking about your best meal
that your grandma taught you to make 3 years ago. We're not talking about that.
So after understanding all of that, right? My question for you is this. Have you acquiesced your behaviors for that man to claim you in public?
Okay,
That's a legit question for you.
no, it is a legit question, but I'm not the average anything. So before I even lay down or before we even get somewhere, I gotta see that I like you, and it's not even like on a different level. Like I gotta like you physically. Well, I mean, like of course, attractions physically or whatever the case may be. You made me draw my attention to you some type of way, right? Your mind. I gotta lock in with your mind, your vibe, your aura, your spirit. I gotta see you, and then I gotta see for one, what's your relationship with your mom? I gotta see a lot of things.
Okay. So hold. Pause real quick. One
Uh-huh.
second. I understand all that. That's why I said that
Right.
you hold the keys to sex,
Right.
right?
So
What I'm
it's
saying
like-
is that you have you. Okay, so this new guy. Have you had sex with him already?
It's not a new. We've been. This has made my ball for a minute. This is
Okay,
years.
so
This
pause
is
right
not a
there.
random
Okay, so
ball.
pause right there, right?
You know.
So you've already had sex. Now understand what I explained to you
Right.
earlier. You held the keys
Right.
until you gave up the sex, right?
Right.
You gave it up,
Right.
right? So you no longer hold the keys.
Right.
So all that is irrelevant, right? It's
To
irrelevant.
who?
It's irrelevant because
It's
here's
irrelevant for a random female that doesn't know what she
No,
holds.
no, no,
but
no,
for-
no, no, no,
I'm
no,
just saying
no.
I don't know.
No, listen. Hear me out. Listen.
Because I'm not
It's-
talking to little boys.
I'm not saying that.
I'm talking to grown men.
Listen to the question I asked you. Have you acquiesced your behaviors for him to claim you publicly and right? So
Yes.
you've already obviously because like you said earlier, you said that in order for you to have sex with him, you had to check all this.
Yeah, I
you have your
had to
checklist.
check my dots and my T's.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Little-
That's
little-
fine, as
little
you should,
things.
right? Obviously, he checked off because you gave it up, right?
Here.
So now, if I was to have him on right now, if I had you call him right now live on the podcast, would he say that, yeah, you're my woman?
Yes.
You want to call him?
Are we going to? No.
Why not? You afraid? What do you
No,
want
I'm
to say?
not.
So
No,
call
I'm
him.
not. We're not gonna do this.
Exactly.
To me. We're
Hey,
not
listen.
gonna do this to me. But listen, no, this is first of all, stop, because we're not gonna. We seen what transpired before the podcast and everything like that. So it's not that. It's just the simple fact is, I'm at a place and I'm at a day and age where I didn't put this much work in, and then you put this much work in too. So right, my next step is, and then I'm never on front line, never. So nobody can ever cross my I's or dot my T's or anything like that. And it's not even for. I just like to be that way. I like to keep my happiness that way. You feel me? I like you. Think what I'm think what I'm doing or whatever the fuck the case may be. Because like I said, I like to watch your mouth from the sidelines. When I make my call though, will be when my next steps is officially being into married and shit like that. Don't get me wrong, I love this motherfucker with everything in me.
You want to get married?
I want to get married, and then we don't even have to have a big house, and it's not about the money. Because like I said, we can build a whole lot of shit together. I love when I see a motherfucker. It's what the potential. I see where we can go. Feel me? And we both already have kids and everything like that, so it's not a doubt of can you be a father figure tomorrow? I see potential in your father figure, your person, your hustle, and everything like that. So it's not that. It's not like we're not ready to get married. It's just on the fact that when we are, until then, I've been heartbroken. I've been done bad, and I've been that one person. I've been like, come on, right? I'm just, I'm not saying that I'm doubting him or anything like that. It's not like I just learned from me being where I was. Where I was then. I used to always want to put mine on man, not like that. And the last one I put on man, like that's how I got my man fucked. It was nothing about him. It was nothing about him. That guy am drunk and.
All right, look.
It's nothing, but I just when
we-
I'll be making my phone call is when your niece knows. You feel me? Like, hey, and it'll be before then because I'll bring it to you like And you ain't got that call yet, because
I
you
have
feel
not.
me?
That's
Exactly.
why I don't believe that this relationship is
Right.
real.
So
But
it's
real
not
quick.
that, but it's just when I am ready though, that's when I will put my shit on front cast. It's not I don't doubt him as a man or nothing. I see potential. I know where we can go.
All right,
Are
so
we
look,
there together yet though? And it's not just on me. Do I need to be where I can physically shut the fuck up and not literally just because it's not. I know how you think and it's not that. It's
Not how I
just me
think.
being. I mean, just how the world thinks too as well. Though.
Yeah.
It's just that I'm also working on me being. Like I said, I'm ready to get. I can get married tomorrow, but I'm working on me being the best woman I can be. For me, and showing like, hey, yeah, don't get me wrong, I can carry you. We can have sex every day, all day, and everything like that. And I can carry your kids and all that, and that's cool and everything like that. But it's to the point to where, like, it's like, okay, yeah, I see you working on you, but let me make sure I'm ready and my shit's all to par to be like, yeah, not only is this why I'm just because girls be like, oh, that's my husband, and no, we go to get this is on paperwork. This is mine. I want to be up to par too as well. So it's not just him. It's not like I'm working on being the woman I can be to make this shit go around. Do I make this shit already go around? Yes, but do I want it to go around in the best way possible so we can make everything go around? Yes.
So look, I hear everything you're saying, and I respect it.
That's my
before we move forward, don't forget, I need you to spin my wheel one more time. You were the lucky person who landed on 2 double spins. So go ahead and spin that wheel one more time for me real quick.
I just ain't fucking. It's just it. Just not fucking with me.
You landed on. Oh man, you landed on emotional abuse. So, tell me about a time where you suffered from, or dealt with, or went through something that affected you emotionally, right? And it was abuse.
Anyway.
What did you just say?
I'm just not the best person to deal with abuse. I'm just not.
But
regardless.
everybody's been through something. So
no, I mean I have, but I'm that weird motherfucker that can just be like, hey,
But tell me about a time when you dealt with emotional abuse.
One thing that just like rings my bell like off the bat, kind of a lot. That blue shower and her shit green.
That was emotional abuse?
No, but let me get there. Let me get there, right? Right, and it was I had came outside or whatever. And I was showing everyone like hair. I didn't know my shit turned green. I'm thinking it's blue. I just blue dried my shit. I didn't look at it. The ends looked blue, but it wasn't blue, whatever. And I got roasted so bad by my fucking boyfriend at the time. I thought, I was just a shit or whatever. And I was like, I'm just playing. I'm like, no, bitch, that was abuse. Bitch, I wouldn't. No, it was real bad. No, literally, I was crying for. I'm not even gonna lie. I cut my hair bald and shit. Some more shit. It was bad.
Bald.
Dang. My ponytail was this big.
All right, so look.
It was this big.
No, that's.
If I show you the picture.
Yeah, send me that picture. Not right now. Just send it to me so I can drop it on this episode so everybody can see. Cause we see right now. We see you rocking with your.
This is
your natural.
And I just cut it too. I just cut it too. So and it's not blow dried or nothing.
So let's see where you started from the bottom. All right. So look. At what age did you meet Malia? Here we go.
I don't like you.
How old were you when you met Malia?
Borderline 18, pushing 18 if not just turned 18.
So 7 years ago.
Yeah.
How did you and Malia meet?
I had posted I was on live. I posted a live video. Well, she was my Facebook friend. We had been we was cool. We would like each other. Comment on her. I went live looking like a little tomboy, and she was like, "Oh, you look so cute." And we just started talking.
When you met Malia in person, what was your first thought? Truthfully.
I was scared to go outside and meet her because I was looking busted as fuck. And I just got beat up.
You just got beat up?
I just got beat up.
Well, at least you could admit that on camera. Big shout out to Jasmine.
It wasn't by one. It was by I got beat up by 7 bitches. I'm not even gonna lie. I got jumped, and she had brung me medicine.
You see how the goalpost moved, right?
She had brung me medicine, and I got jumped so bad. I'm not even gonna lie. I got jumped so bad. I sent my little cousin. Shout out to Buggy. Buggy, tell you right now. I had sent Bug outside, and I was like, I was tired and everything, and I'm on FaceTime with her all the time. So I'm not letting you see, and I had big ass Gucci glasses on. Another one, 18. I'll say thick Gucci glasses. Not coming on. This is all
So,
booed up.
if you had to describe Malia back then in one word, what would you describe her as?
Fucking amazing gift. Yeah.
Why would you say that she's an amazing gift?
That was it. I would fuck. I don't know where she came from. I don't even know how she got on my face. I don't like literally how we friends. Before she even said like, "Oh, you look cute." I don't even know how she got on my.
Okay. Um, and then once you guys met, would you say that you and Malia became like started hanging out, became good friends?
No,
No.
no.
So when did the friendship begin?
Friendship began off Facebook.
No, like your physical, like your real life friendship. Like when did that begin?
Let me put you on blast real quick. The
Okay.
day I pulled up to Zips on 112th, and I was like, Malia, who is this strong ass man you got in my passenger seat? And she was like, baby, this is my uncle. And I was like, sure. She was like, yeah. And I was like, he ain't looking at me like he ain't looking at me like that.
Okay. Yeah, I think I remember that day. Not so vividly as probably as you did, but I do remember. I recall her saying like, "Hey,
I had
like
seen her like a few times before that, but like,
she didn't give me no kind of warning." I remember that she didn't give me no kind of warning because she already knew how I felt, and she already knew what was up. Like at the end of the day, it was me and it still is. It's me. It's me and Malia to the end. You know what I mean? Like
period.
everybody else. No shade to my brother. No shade to his mama, her mama, and her brothers and her sister. No shade to y'all. Obviously, y'all come first, but outside of them, everybody knows it's me and Malia. You know what I mean? So she already knew like if you didn't like it because of me, then you could just kick rocks.
Well, no, it wasn't that. I thought it was that little fucking
Oh yeah,
weirdo she was talking to.
yeah.
So
We not
I
speak about
know.
him.
Yeah, no, I was like, no, she was talking. It wasn't even who you
No,
think of.
no, I know you talking
No,
about.
I thought she was talking to some like weirdo ass little boy or whatever. So I was like, I know this ain't no
Mr.
little
Challenger.
boy.
Mr. Challenger. That's what
No.
you talking about. No?
No, way before. No,
Oh, before him.
no, way. This is like 2018.
Oh, 2018.
Yeah. So this was just like some little random, like she was nothing serious. Like she never even like met the dude in person. I just thought she had like met the dude. So I was like, I know this ain't the dude that you told me that you was talking to. She was like, no, it's my uncle. I was like, you promise? She's like, if anybody gonna be in the passenger seat, it's gonna be you, baby. And I was like, okay, all right. I was like, all right.
Was this when she had her Civic?
No, it's what she just.
She had just got the BMW. Well, that couldn't have been 2018 because she didn't get the BMW to 2021. She got the BMW.
It was a dark blue car, like same color, not black.
Her Civic was blue as well.
Okay. It might have been a Civic.
Because she didn't get her. She didn't. I know for a fact she didn't get her BMW to 2021 because when my ex's daughter passed away in 2021,
Okay.
she came to Vegas.
Oh yeah, no, it was before. Yeah, it was
she
before
came. She came out to Vegas, and we talked about her getting a BMW.
Oh yeah, no, it was way.
And then the
before
weekend
that.
after she came back, she sent me a picture and she was like, "Oh, I bought the BMW." She was so excited about
it
it.
was
So
before she even had a
so it's probably her Civic, her Accord.
Yeah.
So
So it was some.
so you guys met the first time in person at Zips. Like I said, I think I remember that. I'm pretty sure I have a picture of us that day. When you first hung out with Malia, what did you think? Like truthfully, what did you think?
What the fuck is this innocent? Like, cause she, like when I met her, it was just like she was like, I drink, and I was like, girl, you don't drink. And then we went to the bar, and I'm not even gonna lie, I was driving. This motherfucker, she can drink. I was like, nah, I was like, nah, I'm good. I was not even gonna lie. I was like, nah. I was like, drive, because I was like, clearly you're better than I am. I was like, you can drive. And when this motherfucker drove home, I still have it in my phone. It's on my other phone at the house. She drove my car like it was me, nigga. And I just knew. I was like, you got it. He was like, what? I was like, nothing. You got it. Kept saying no on Snapchat. I was like, look at her. I was like, look at her go, smashing. Oh wait, just like I would. I was like,
everybody knows Malia's favorite movie was Fast and the Furious.
period.
Right.
And that's a nice.
Now watch this. Watch this. Let's see how much. We're gonna put this right here live on camera. There's currently 10 Fast and the Furious movies. Right.
Okay, wait, no, you can't do.
Oh yeah. Cause see, before I ask this question, this is why I'm asking you this question, because when the things happen with Malia, we haven't got that far yet in the story, so I ain't gonna disclose it yet. Well, obviously everybody knows that she passed away. Everybody comes out and they say, "Oh yeah, I was Malia's best friend. I'm Malia. I'm putting this on camera right now. I'm this, I'm that to Malia, right?" As I stated before, and I'm not speaking. This is no shade to anybody in her actual blood family. But to all you friends out there, I'm not knocking your relationship that you had with her. That was a beautiful thing. I'm glad that you supported her. But everybody knows who her favorite person on this earth was. And that's gonna be Big Herc. Uncle Sean. So I want to ask you this on camera, live on camera. Which Fast and the Furious movie was her favorite?
That's not fair.
Before she answers, drop in the comments if you know what Malia's favorite.
Wait, pause.
Hold on.
I'm not, because the only thing, I'm not even gonna lie. We only called each other Paul and Mario Andretti. We never watched Fast and the Furious. What she was so adamant about watching with me was Grey's Anatomy. I still have never got past the first fucking season because me and her only watched episode 4. And I still won't to this day. So no, I don't. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I shit you not. I don't know. We only call, and the only reason, like I said, the only reason why we even called each other that was because I think we were smashing that one night. I said she drive just like me.
All right, so look, I will literally Cash App.
Sick.
I will Cash App you $10. I ain't giving you a whole bunch of money, but I will Cash App. I will Cash App you $10 to the first person who can guess after this video has been posted for 24 hours. I will Cash App. Matter of fact, let's make it 20. I will Cash App $20 to. Hold on. I will Cash App $20 to the first person in the first 24 hours of this video being posted that can tell me Malia's favorite Fast and the Furious movie. And all you people out here who are her blood family, you do not, you don't count, because if you were family, you should know, and you probably already do know. And if you've been to her daddy's house and you've been in the garage, you don't count either. All right, so moving forward. Listen, man, I love Malia to death, man. I really do. And just let me give a disclosure, man. Another reason why I'm wearing sunglasses is because this episode, moving forward from this point forward, might get a little emotional for me, and it's okay. But so, tell me we're gonna start with this one first. Tell me your most fondest memory of Malia. While you think about it, I'll tell you mine. So when Malia was about, let me say, probably maybe like 10. I'd say 10. I don't know. We were all in Florida. Me and her dad, my brother, were stationed at Eglin Air Force Base. And he had left to go to Fort Lee for a little while. And so she started playing soccer, right? And this is one of my funniest. I could talk about other ones, but I don't want to do that. This is the best memory I have. Not best, but one that kind of like makes me smile a little bit because it just shows her personality. Malia, if you know Malia, man, she wasn't really the athletic person. She ain't really about the sports, right? And so they signed her up for soccer. And so her little sister, her and her little sister played soccer, and Lena was like the athletic one. Lena liked to play sports and stuff like that, all the way up until teenage years. Malia played sports as well when she got older, but that was different. At this point, she had no interest in sports really, and so they played. She signed up for soccer, and the game's going on. Me, her mom, and Carlina are in the stands. We're cheering and everything. And the ball's going back. You know how like kids soccer games are kind of like like there's really no organization. It's just like kind of like kick here, kick here, and like people missing the ball and stuff like that. And the ball gets ready to go to Malia at the time was playing defense, right? And so if you know soccer, defense is the last line before you get to the goalie, right? The last line of people. It's like usually 3 or 4 people back there. The rest of the kids were up, attentive. Malia was sitting on the ground, picking picking like little daisies, playing with the grass, right? And so we yelled to her, Malia, 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 get up, get the ball, do this, right? She gets up, and man, listen, Malia, she didn't even aim. She kicked this ball so hard, it just flew like. I think it went out of bounds. I don't even remember, but then she sat right back down. She had no desire. So after talking to her for a little while, I convinced her. We convinced her. Not gonna say I, but we convinced her to keep playing the sport. She didn't want to play. We convinced her. It's like there's other positions, so she became a goalie. And let me tell you something. Hey, when a kid tells you what position they want to play, to all you coaches out there, listen. Because she played goalie, and I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna sit here on camera and say that she was the best goalie, but her energy changed. Her esteem, her self esteem.
Taking daisies off the floor no more.
Yeah, her self esteem changed.
Yeah.
Right, everything went up because one thing about Malia is like she ain't like running, right? And so that allowed her not to have to run, and it allowed her to be aggressive. Malia was even though she's a softie and she liked to cry, she would cry and be emotional and stuff like that with you. In Malia's head, she was tough. You know what I mean? So that's my fondest memory of Malia. Not my fondest, but one thing that brings me joy when I think of her, to think about when she was a kid. What's yours?
It's a tie between two.
Tell us both then.
So, I was just having a bad day. I was like, man, I don't know. I was like about to take Junior to daycare, take my baby. Like, bring me my baby, or whatever. Just about to have fun today, or whatever. My Junior, Malia said, "Come over. You guys about to have fun today." So he's like, "Oh yeah, rushing, throwing us." Got so happy, threw his stuff on or whatever. So while I'm at work, I'm just getting like all just different type of pictures from them or whatever. They're first they're at the waterfront and they're chilling and vibing or whatever. Next thing you know, they're bowling. Then she done got them by the house on over there by Lakewood. Next thing they're doing mini golf. Now next thing you know, she's sending me a picture. He just said he wanted a coffee so bad, so she hadn't got him a little cream, frappuccino with cream, not coffee in there or whatever. So they're just vibing or whatever, and they come meet me after I get off work. We go to Applebee's and just tell me about their day. They're just having just like a funnest time ever or whatever. And then we go to the movies. We just vibe out. Then we just chill out. Me and Malia makes dinner, and then we just go to sleep, chill out. Then the other time before that,
wait a minute. What did Malia make for dinner?
We had tacos.
Tacos, okay.
Tacos.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, and then the time before that, we were sick, and she had brought me and Junior some soup and some medicine and stuff. She was like, "I'm not coming up there because I think you guys got COVID."
I was gonna mess with her money.
No, listen. She's like, "I think you guys got COVID. I'm not coming up there. But send your cousin down because I know she's been going to work. She's been fine. She's been testing every day for it. So send my cousin down or whatever." She's like, "Let me see her." Because I'm on the phone with my cousin, making sure she gets down safe and everything. So I see on the phone. She's like, "Yeah, look at you." She said, "You're lucky. Trying to get me sick. Gotta go to work." next week and a half. So on my off days, I'm gonna make sure you guys are okay. She'll bring you guys some. She bring us some little COVID test strips and stuff like that. It was just cute. I just one of my favorite little memories.
So whenever Malia passed away, we're gonna skip to that, and you got the information that she passed away. What was your initial thought and feeling? First, do you remember who told you?
Yeah.
Who was that?
It wasn't her neighbor. It was her neighbor's friend. Brian had it was like I can pull it up on my phone. Like something wrong with me, something like that. Things are. I need you to call me. You know what? Yeah, we have been talking. And so me and her. We got the fucking worst sense of humor. We have really, really dark sense of. I was telling her we like had like a few months prior, and I was telling her about like how my brother passed or whatever, and just like then a little sick like joke I thought he played on me, and it was like coming for like this is my reality, this is my life or whatever. I called and I was like, the worst thing that I'm thinking of, my baby done shot somebody, and I gotta go buy the best lawyer. I gotta call uncle because I don't know what the fuck is going on. You know, I this is my time because this is my doctor. This is my lawyer. This is my this is who I call when I'm when everything when my shit goes to shit. This is who I call.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm the same way. Yeah, I was the same way.
Like,
Yeah.
so I'm like, all right, cool. My baby already knew what to do. She had somebody that was closer, that was knew what was going on. Call me. So I'm like, all right, cool. I called buddy, a few times. No answer. So I text my face like, hey, what's going on? I'm calling you, whatever. 1 second, I'm trying to figure something out or something. It was something in that instinct. Meanwhile, I forgot what I was. I don't know. I forgot what it was. I remember exactly what the fuck I was doing. I had messed up her blow dryer. The one with the it had to have the ceramic something in it. I'm on Amazon. And I'm about to call her. Meanwhile, I called her earlier, and I'm like, "Let me come. Let's go to 11. Come get you." Yeah. I mean, I'm like, "What's going on?" She don't know. She don't know my plans, but I got plans. I got some. I'm not even gonna lie. I done ran this money. I got some plan. I got some shit to do. Whatever. I'm like, all right, she bitch. She's not answering. Baby, when she's blow dry, she tell me she fucking damn. Don't like to blow dry. She is, whatever. Get the blow dryer with the ceramic. It has to have the ceramic, the rainbow blow dryer.
Yeah.
That I end up fucking later on. Still got till right now. Boom. So I'm ordering. I finally found the right one. So I'm like, I call randomly. So fucking before this even happened or whatever. I'm trying to call. And what's your apartment number? I know the address. What's the apartment number? And you can wake up tomorrow in the blow dryer. Be at the fuck. Boom. Get the message. I don't know why I'm just randomly on Facebook or whatever. But boom. Get the message. All right, call. Not answer. I'm gonna call you back in a second. Cool. Doing some dumb shit. I don't even know what I'm doing. Doing some shit that had nothing important to do. Whatever. Get a call back or whatever. And they're like, oh well, last time, like a whole bunch of like. And I'm like, nigga, what's going on? What's let me know because I feel weird shit. What's going on? I've been having a fucking panic attack all night. I don't know why. I've been up and down, been drinking or whatever. Just nothing. I'm about that. Junior's gone. Got the house by myself. Already going through a whole lot of emotions just in my feelings or whatever. Boom. Somebody needs to talk to you. I'm gonna put somebody on the phone. I need you to wait. This is who? So tell like, hey, it's not my wife, but you feel me? Nigga, that's my girlfriend, and we're working on what we got going on, and no matter what's going on. You feel me? Do I need to call her family or whatever? What is going on? Not getting a lot of answer. You feel me? Just a lot of running around or whatever. Me and the dude start talking. That's when he hands the phone over, I guess, and there's like, I need you to talk to these people because something bad happened.
So when they said that something bad happened, what did they say happened?
And then he told me like he didn't say it. Yeah, at first it was not saying what bad happened or whatever. So I'm like, what the fuck? What do you mean something bad happened? So I'm trying to figure out like, because at this point, because now I'm in distraught. Like I said, once the most thing I'm thinking of is maybe just shot somebody. We didn't got to figure out what the fuck is going on. So I'm like, something bad happened. That's when the neighbor, our actual neighbor, your name is Jasmine, right? Because I know I already told the boy, me for me, my name, we already talked or whatever the case may be. Boom. The situation has occurred. We just want to make sure coroner's here. Everybody, identify the body. Know Pop's name. Don't know Mama's name. Don't know, your government name. So I'm like, it's Uncle Kirk. I'm giving out what I have. Your phone number. I'm going on Facebook to get what I can have. I'm just trying to help his best. I'm just so distraught. We have dark sense of humor once again. Like, we didn't win all, nigga, because we didn't talk about if we were to die, we would play a sick ass Joker just to show motherfuckers like, hey, I'm not playing. Like, I be really, we be, we don't be feeling good sometimes. Stop playing, stop playing, stop playing, because you really be fucked off if I'm not here tomorrow. But we would make it such as a joke that I didn't think out of everybody.
So when you found out that it was not a joke, it was real, that she did, unalive herself, how did you feel? And what I want you to do on this part of the episode is I want you to keep your answers super concise and to the point, because I want people to understand how it feels for the people who are left behind after you make that decision. Some people call it selfish. I won't say that because it's your choice, your decision. Even though I don't agree with it, it's your choice, your decision. But I want you to understand how it affects the person who left behind. So when you first found out that she unalived herself and she committed suicide, how did you eventually feel?
Confused. Like, very, very, very confused. Like,
would you say that before you found that information out, you think back on the last couple of times you talked to Malia, would you say that she seemed kind of happy?
I was at her house. A few days prior.
She seemed happy, right?
Not even a week and a half. I can't even post to TikTok because that's mine. It's mine.
But you would say she was happy, right? She seemed happy.
We were both having a bad day, but it was nothing that was just like
to the point where you would think that would happen. The reason why I asked that question is because
go ahead.
The reason why I asked that question is because a lot of times when people make that decision and they come to terms with their decision, they come off as very happy, very at peace, right? And so I know that earlier that week, one of the last texts that I have from Malia, she spoke about being sad, right? And then so I called her and we talked about it, and the reason why she was sad was kind of, to me, like kind of crazy, because she was like, I'm not used to all this attention, because for those who don't know, Malia had her whole life, she's been a thicker woman, right? Some might classify her as a bigger girl, a BBW or something like that, but to me, she's always been thick, right? And so just a thick woman, right? Very, very beautiful girl. And she was just thick. But because of her thickness, a lot of dudes, how society is, a lot of dudes outwardly and publicly don't want to be seen with the thick girl, the big girl, right? Yeah. So she wasn't used to getting so much attention. But because she had weight loss surgery, she was getting a lot more attention, and she didn't know how to handle it. And I talked her through it, and I explained to her about, that this is how guys are, and I was like, you've always been beautiful. You've always been a dope soul, a great person, all those good things. And I just explained to her that, this is what comes with the territory of, thinning out. And so she kind of came to terms with it, and she was like, we kind of have a conversation about it, and she moved on from it. That was one of our last conversations, like serious conversations. We had our shooting the shit conversations. But
Right.
I guess my question for you next is this: around her death was a lot of drama, a lot of speculation, a lot of confusion, a lot of conflict, a lot of did what happened type questions, right? I don't know if we'll ever get the truth. I think that we have to accept we have to find one variation of the truth and accept it and try to move on with it, because that's what we can't change the past. Unfortunately, Malia Janae Greenhouse will forever live on in our hearts, and her name will always be one of the greatest names that ever walked this earth.
Always.
But physically, she won't be here with us, right? So in order to move on, if you need closure, you're going to have to just accept one of those little stories and kind of find closure with it, right? My question for you is this. At the funeral, you went to the funeral, correct? Okay, hold on, let's back up. At the celebration of life, what kind of emotions did you possess?
Man, I don't know. Everybody. I don't know. I don't want to steer nobody's.
Speak your truth. What kind of emotions did you have at the celebration of life? What?
Everything was cool until there was. I don't even know who it was. It wasn't none of the family that I recognized, so it wasn't like none of the immediate. I don't know who it was or whatever. Like she had like me being an outsider, me not being blood, like a few her like close friends, like that because like not all of us are like we like I mean don't get me wrong we close but like we don't have bonds with everybody and we don't know the whole family and the families coming from everywhere. I respect and I love everybody whether you guys know me or not or whatever. There was a few comments that were made that were uncalled for.
What's one comment that was made that was uncalled for?
I don't know. Somebody was like, it wasn't like made towards us or whatever. It was made like towards for me like a little few like people like her friends like I don't even personally know or whatever. It was just like, oh, motherfuckers got fake tears or like whatever. Like nobody knows personally what like they had going on with this girl or nobody knows the experience. Like what their one-on-one bond was or anything like that. So I feel like nobody, cause even me, like I mean, at first, like I'm not even gonna lie, I came in hot with harsh feelings towards certain people, hot and ready. Even you hadn't checked me for something like, hey, you're out of line, you're from no.
Yeah.
That's just me being me, and only because she's coming to she would came in the same way about me. So I don't expect nothing less. I mean, so sometimes I do overboard or overstep, or sometimes I do say like whatever. I do. I'm a woman. I was girl. I go off emotions or how I was feeling at the time being. I've never sat here and made nobody feel uncomfortable, made nobody's feelings feel not valid or your relationship not nothing. It's just everybody grieves differently. Let everybody grieve. Everybody loved her.
So
Not mad about her. More of the stories.
I don't want to get too deep into all that. The drama around it. I want her name to be remembered with peace and happiness.
That's what I was.
Because even when me and my brother was going through our things, right? That that's her daddy, but I'm her uncle, and she for her whole life, for the most part, the majority of her life, she had two men that she could count on. Her daddy, first and foremost, and then her uncle. She knew that if she needed something that her daddy couldn't help her with, she could call me and I'll help her. And that's no that's no shade on her Uncle Larry, her Uncle Rob, and all her other uncles, out there either. There's no shade on them. She loved them, more than I could ever express, and I know that she had when it came to the men for sure. And I'm only gonna speak about men because I'm a man. I'm not gonna speak about any of the women. When it came to the men, she knew that she had a solid backing. Won't nobody about to fuck with Malia and skate clean. You know what I mean? So that's no shade to them. I'm just speaking from my point of view, right? So, Rob, Larry, all her other uncles, I want y'all to know that I'm not throwing shade towards y'all. I'm just speaking from my heart and from me, right? She knew she could count on you guys. And when I was out of state and she was here, I was at peace because I knew that she had y'all here to help her. So, with that being said, Malia was loved, right? But she still made the decision to end her pain. I'm not going to sit here and speak to what her pain was because I know some of it, but it's not my place to say, right? So, with having somebody who is so close to you do that, sitting here today, when you think of Malia, how do you feel? Because I hear some people say, like, I can't think of Malia without crying. I can't think of Malia without being angry.
Angry. I mean, there's nothing to be angry about. Why do you? Shit gets rough. Shit gets hard. I mean, the only difference was that I feel like we we all have fucking bad days. Ain't nothing to be mad at. I ain't been mad at hurt, never. Confused. More of mad at myself. Cause it's like all the times that you feel me, I'd be there. I'd be there to party, like you said, crazy life at the party. I'd be there when motherfuckers step crazy. Nobody can talk to her crazy. Nobody can even what, right? Even I mean, shit. Even hate to bring it up, Katie's my dog, but I gotta call Katie. I knew Katie little before I even really hopped off the porch. On my dog, like, hey, can't have you conflicted because this is my right hand. This is fucking me in my right hand. This is who my son calls, and he be one of the. My son is he's like me. He don't count on nobody, but for him, I can count on one, barely two hands. He is one of the people that make the fun shit happen.
Yeah.
Right.
So let me ask you this question:
So,
if Malia was here right now, if she was sitting here right now, what would you say to her?
The same situation or just whatever?
Same situation.
Baby, I'm never mad. I love you.
If she could come back, my question.
I'm never mad. Regardless, I'm never mad.
Yeah, I want you to understand what I'm asking you. If Malia could come back and she could sit across this table from us, it was just you and her in here, what would you say to her? What advice would you give her?
All like I always do. That I don't know.
I know that talking about Malia is tough. It hasn't even been a year. But what I want you to understand is this. It's that we can't change people's decisions.
Not at all.
Right? We can only support them
Right.
while they're here.
Right.
And it sucks to be left behind. Right? Especially with somebody who you love so much. But what I want you to understand is that Malia made her decision for her. Right? And don't let that affect you to the point where you feel like you can't go on because of how close your bond was, how close your friendship was.
Shit, I got a lot of shit to do.
I understand it, but hear me out. Because a lot of times what happens is people will lose people, whether it's natural causes, whether it's suicide, or whatever the case may be, and they'll feel like they got nothing to live for. They were so enwrapped and engrabbed in what the person was going through and in that friendship, that now that that friendship is gone, because that person's gone because of their choices, they got nothing to live for. Even though they have, I'm glad to hear that you have a lot to do, that you have a lot going on. I'm not speaking just directly to you. I'm speaking directly to everybody who's watching this. If you've lost somebody who you care so much about, that you were so engraft with, and bear with me real quick. You were so somebody who you were so in love with, and they're gone now. Don't let that affect your self-worth. Don't let that affect how you feel about you. Don't let that affect what you got going on, because that's their choice. We all have one life, and it's our choice what we do with that life, right? And we all have purpose here, and we all have a reason to live, and we all have people who we love. And if you look at myself, look at Jasmine here, and if you ever get the opportunity to meet, for those of you who are local, if you ever got the opportunity to meet Malia and her family, you'll understand that she was loved. And you're loved too if you're watching this, right? So there's going to be people who are going to be hurt, and people who are going to be heartbroken, people who are going to be stuck in October 19th, 2024, or whatever the day is. For a long time, they're going to be stuck there. They're not going to be able to, in that space mentally that you held. They're never going to be able to move far. They're not going to say never. For years to come, they're going to be stuck when it comes to you. They're going to be stuck in that space, that day, that time, with so many unanswered questions that no one can answer, because we could all speculate. No one's in Malia's mind. No one's in your family member's mind, your friend's mind, who decided that it was no longer worth them living. And they're going to be stuck in that space for so long with unanswered questions, and that no one can answer. We could just speculate. People, me as her best friend, as her uncle, her father, her mother, her sister, her brothers, her aunts, her uncles, her grandmother, her grandmothers, grandfathers, all them people, so-called best friends, close friends, associates, enemies. Nobody is going to be able to answer the question of why. No matter what the situation was going on in that day, no matter what the situation was in that very moment, nobody was in her mind to say what made her think that it was no more. Right? So, for you out there who are watching this, who are battling and thinking about and considering and contemplating with unaliving yourselves, I'm here to tell you that, one, like I've said multiple times, you're worth it. You're important. You're loved. Even despite people's lack of loyalty, like we spoke about earlier in this episode, despite their lack of loyalty, you are loved. Somebody loves you. And if you can't think of nobody, I know for a fact that I love you. Even if I never met you, I love people. I found out a long time ago what my purpose was. My purpose is people. My purpose is being there. So you guys have my email, Mind Over Emotions, the podcast at gmail.com. You having a bad day, send me a message. Can't give you
0253. Want to just talk about it? Send me an email or whatever. If you just want to get something off your chest and you just not having a good day, give me something. Talk about it.
If you don't feel like comfortable emailing, or I'm taking too long to reply, you can hit me up on Instagram, Mind Over Emotions _VDP, TikTok, Mind Over Emotions the podcast, my personal Instagram, official _ no official, Big Hefe Herc. There's ways to reach me. You can even comment under this video if you feel need to. But before you decide to make that choice, understand you're loved by somebody out there. right? It's not worth it. You're worth staying here. You're worth living. You're worth fighting for. Um, so at this point in this episode, what I want you to do for me is, if there was somebody who's battling, who's considering, unaliving themselves, considering, ending it all, what would your advice be to them?
My advice would be, it'd be rock bottom. Sometimes that make you, you hit rock bottom. Sometimes you have to hit it to know your limits or know where you can go, your potential in life. And just because you hit rock bottom doesn't different from anybody else. It doesn't mean your struggles don't matter or anything like that. It means that we all go through shit and it happens. Life happens. And no matter what, talk to somebody, you can reach out. It's never worth harming yourself because tomorrow can always. So tomorrow's a whole new day that's untouched. And when they tell you the sky's a limit, buy a fucking cloud because there's no limit to what you can do. You don't know what you can do until you do it, So just try. And when you try and you fail, try it fucking again. And after that, try again. Failure's not an option.
There you have it. So look, in the closing, I thank you for coming on this podcast. Thank you you're the first person who I've had on who we talked about Malia. Everybody who's been watching my podcast and following my podcast, they've seen the jersey. They've heard me speak about it. They really didn't know what was going on with it. And you're the first person to come on here and speak about her, right? So I appreciate you.
Face tatted. Shit is not just something to do every day.
It's
a lifestyle. We do this shit.
Yeah, but I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming on here. I appreciate you sharing your story, showing vulnerability. And before I get out of here, I just want to address one thing. If you're watching this podcast and you look at this background, this wall behind me, and you see sideways bricks, right? Listen, man, I address everything. People's critiques and all that, I address them all, man. Because I want people to understand something. My podcast, this is my podcast, right? My podcast is called Mind Over Emotions, the podcast. What that means is we have to learn to think differently. We have to learn how to use our minds and not fall into societal criticism and societal structures and societal brainwashes, right? So society tells you that bricks are supposed to be linear, straight.
Why not?
Right? Parallel to the floor, right? My bricks are vertical, parallel to the wall, right? So if you have a problem with that, I think you need to go ahead and address how your mindset is set. The moment you start to learn how to think outside the block, think outside the box, think differently, think critically, right? And not use your emotionals and not fall into societal, social structures and stuff like that, social constructs and stuff. The moment that you become better, the moment that your brain expands, the moment that you open yourself up to better opportunities, right? So just wanted to address that while we had this on camera because big shout out to my brother, one of my brothers, Joe. He talked about my bricks. He understood the premise of why I did it, but he was like, my Bob the Builder ass is having a problem with these bricks being up and down like that. But
the story is when you see a picture and you think it's big, think fucking bigger.
Exactly.
The sky is not the limit.
Yeah. So
it's not the limit either.
So I always wanted to address that real quick. But in my closing, man, like I said, I appreciate you coming on, sharing your story, and being a part of my podcast. Yeah. For all you guys out there, if you haven't already, go ahead and like this episode. Drop in the comments what you think about it. Subscribe to the channel. Head on over to Instagram. Follow us on Instagram at MindOverEmotions_VDP. Biggest one you want to follow us on is TikTok at MindOverEmotions, the podcast on TikTok. Again, that's at MindOverEmotions, the podcast on TikTok. And you guys be blessed, man, and keep your heads up, keep your chins up. walk with your back straight and your head held to the sky because you are great and you are loved by. If anybody, you're loved by the Most High. We out of here.
Come on.
Peace.